From the Albuquerque Journal, this is the leading news. I'm Gino Gutierrez. It's Friday, December 19th. Here's what we're covering on today's episode. After returning to New Mexico as a single mother, Katrina Weaver and her 2 children spent 4 months homeless before finding stability at Ponderosa Place, a new transitional housing program in Albuquerque housed in a renovated former Comfort Inn near I-40. Ponderosa Place is now the city's largest transitional housing facility for families. Opened by Bernalillo County less than 2 months ago, the program offers temporary housing to homeless families with at least 1 adult and 1 child, with sobriety as a requirement. Families can stay up to 90 days while working with care managers to rebuild their lives. Support includes a safe space to sleep, daily meals, help enrolling children in schools, assistance replacing lost documents, job support and housing searches, along with life skills training. Funded in part by $7 million from the state legislature, the county purchased and quickly converted the hotel during a broader $110 million statewide push to address housing insecurity. The facility currently houses 74 residents and can serve up to 76 families, or about 300 people. For Weaver, the program was a crucial stepping stone. She has since moved into an apartment and is starting a nonprofit to help others access resources, hoping the support she receives will ripple out into the community. More than 55,000 New Mexicans will face new work requirements starting on January 1st to continue receiving federal food assistance under changes Congress approved earlier this year in the tax and spending package bill signed by President Donald Trump. The new rules affect the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP. Under the policy, about 55,750 adults will be required to work, volunteer, or participate in job training for at least 80 hours per month to keep their benefits. The hours can be combined across activities, and state officials emphasize the changes are federally mandated and say their goal is to prevent people from losing benefits due to confusion or lack of awareness. The law expands work requirements to adults ages 55 to 64 and applies them to move more parents and caregivers, including those with dependents ages 14 and older. Automatic exemptions for veterans, people experiencing homelessness, and former foster youth have been eliminated. Local waivers will be limited to areas with unemployment above 10%. Many people remain exempt, including those under 18 or over 65, people with disabilities, pregnant individuals, certain caregivers, students enrolled at least half-time, people receiving unemployment benefits, and Native Americans. In practice, the rules apply to adults ages 18 to 64 who are able to work and do not care for a child under the age of 14. About 460,000 New Mexicans, or roughly 21% of the population, receive SNAP. That's the highest participation rate in the nation. The changes come as New Mexico continues to rank near the top nationally for food insecurity, especially among children and older adults. President Donald Trump has signed an executive order to fast-track the reclassification of marijuana from a Schedule I drug, alongside heroin and LSD, to a Schedule III, acknowledging some medical value and easing long-standing federal restrictions. For New Mexico's nearly $1.5 billion cannabis industry, the move could be transformative. Because marijuana has been federally classified as a Schedule I, cannabis businesses have been subject to Section 280E of the tax code, which bars them from deducting normal business expenses. As a result, some New Mexico dispensaries have faced effective tax rates exceeding 100%. Industry leaders say reclassification would allow standard deductions, significantly boosting profitability. One Albuquerque area dispensary chain estimates the change could increase its income by about $1 million. While many in the industry would prefer marijuana to be removed from the federal drug schedule entirely, business owners and advocates say rescheduling offers major financial relief and could improve access to banking services, as national banks have historically avoided cannabis companies due to the federal legality. Experts caution that consumers are unlikely to see immediate changes, since marijuana would remain largely illegal under federal law. However, the new classification could make medical research easier and eventually lead to an FDA-approved cannabis-derived product. State officials say the regulatory impact remains unclear, but New Mexico, which is already equipped with a mature cannabis market and research provisions, may be especially well-positioned to benefit economically. Industry leaders call the move the most significant federal shift on cannabis policy in a decade. And Albuquerque City Attorney Lauren Keefe has denied allegations from City Council President Brooke Brisson that she improperly sided with the mayor's office in ongoing litigation against the City Council. In a written statement sent to the Journal through Mayor Tim Keller's office, Keefe said she took appropriate steps once the dispute arose, including declaring a conflict of interest and refraining from representing either party. She said she helped ensure outside attorneys were hired to represent all sides and acknowledged receiving updates on the cases, which she described as part of her duty to protect the city's interests. Brisson, however, claims Keefe continued to participate in meetings and in drafting and reviewing legal documents for the mayor's office. That's despite telling the council she had recused herself. Brisson said such involvement could violate the city charter, which requires the city attorney step aside when conflicts arise between the council and the mayor, and could be grounds for Keefe's termination. The city is currently involved in multiple lawsuits against the city council. Brisson has called for an independent investigation into Keefe's conduct, which the council is expected to vote on early next year. The leading news is powered by the journalism of the Albuquerque Journal. If you enjoy hearing all of the stories we share with you here daily, please consider becoming a digital subscriber to the Journal by utilizing the discount code in our show notes. Every subscription helps support local journalism and allows us to provide you with the news that matters to you. Now taking a look at Albuquerque's weather forecast. Today you can expect sunny skies with a high near 66, and as for this evening, mostly clear with a low around 37. To keep up with all the latest news from the Albuquerque Journal, you can visit our website at abqjournal.com. That's the leading news. I'm Gino Gutierrez. We'll be back on Monday.